This is the wedding dress for Hannah Maddox. I didn't do up the lacing on the corset, but everything else is here. So to do the bustle, we're going to start at the center seam in the back. If we come down here, we can see a button here, clear button. We're going to keep coming down. We're going to lift up the layers, and there's a little snap here. We're going to open that snap, follow it up, and there's one more snap. Then we can take this whole layer, and one person can hold it up. I'm just going to toss it up, and one person can hold it up. I'm just going to toss it up over the top here so we can see what we're doing. What you're going to do is you're going to come in here, and all of these loops can be pulled to the underside so that you can't see them at all. Even if you leave them pulled up like this, you'll only be able to see them a little bit. So you can kind of decide if you want to leave them pulled through or if you want them pulled to the underside. Then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to run up here. Right on the center seam, we have two clear buttons, one here and one down here. The bottom one has a hook on it, and the top one has a clear loop. We're going to hook those together, and there's 3 of those. So one is on the center seam, and then the next one is here, where you see a clear button. So there's a clear button here, and then up here there's another clear button. So we have clasp and we have clear loop. And there's one more on this side, clasp and clear loop. So I'm going to go from the underside, and I'm just going to take that clasp and I'm going to go underneath and find that clear loop and hook it. And I'm going to come over here. Here's my clear button. So that's my clasp. My loop is at the top, and it's right on the seam at the top. And I'm going to hook that on there. Come find my one on the left side. Here's my clear button with my clasp. Take it up along this seam and find my other clear button, and that's my loop. So that's our lining all bustled. Okay, then I'm going to take this back down. On here, we're going to start with the center seam. So again, we're going to come down this center seam, and we're going to find the clear button. The clear button on the back side of it is just another clear button. And that clear button is going to set into these loops that are on the lining. Okay, so I'm going to take this clear button, and I'm going to go underneath the dress. And this first loop is right underneath this rose applique that's on the center back. And I'm just going to set it in there and tug down just a little bit, and it'll set it into that loop. Okay, I'm going to undo that one time because I want to show you where the other buttons are. So we have one straight down on the center seam, and then I'm going to go to the right. We have one directly underneath this applique and just to the right of here. So that's your second one. We're going to come a little further. There's one that's just in the middle of nowhere. That's number 3. We're going to keep coming. There's one right on the edge of this applique, and you'll notice it's again directly underneath this one. It's just to the right of a seam. So we have 4, 5. We have another applique here directly underneath it. You have one, and then your last one is directly underneath this applique. So most of them are underneath one of the appliques that are on here. You just have the one that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so coming back up, this is your center. Reach up, find that center loop, and set it in there. Move this side. So here's my next button, and if I go underneath, you can see we have that center one, and then we have the second loop is almost on this seam right here, and then our other 5, excuse me, are all right here in a line. So this next one, I'm going to take, and it's just to the right of that center applique, and it's almost at the same level as that first one in the center. Here. The next button is the one that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's no appliques above it or anything. I'm going to reach underneath. This is going to be the top of those 5 that are over on the side. next one is right here in the rows. And I'm just gonna find the next loop. And then we have one just to the right of that applique. And again, just find the next loop. And then this next one, so we have the applique here, it's directly underneath. And then the last one, there's this applique here, and it's again directly underneath. And then we're just gonna kind of arrange the underlayer a little bit so that we can see the appliques that we wanna see. Come to the other side. And we're gonna do the same thing. So we have the same 6 over on this side, and they're in the same position. So we're gonna come over from this thinner line. There's one just to the left of the first applique. And again, we're gonna come up, there's a loop right about here. Button. That one in there. The next one is the one that's in the middle of nowhere, so it's right here. And this is going to be the top of your 6 on this side. So you can see. So here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top of our 5 loops here. There's the first one. The next one is again in this rose motif. Just like on the other side. And we're just going to hook it in the next one down. The next one is just to the left of that. And then we have one, here's the applique, it's directly underneath it. And then the last one, you have this little applique directly away from the side seam, and it's directly underneath that. They're all in there. Again, we're just gonna rearrange these underlayers a little bit so that the appliques that we want to see are sticking out. You get a little bit of gapping like right here, just kind of fluff them together. And then as she starts moving, this will